Have you ever put your faith into something only to find out later that you were being misled? If you take supplements to improve your health or help you sleep or improve your performance, you could easily find yourself in that situation. There is a dark side to the supplement industry, and when I first started looking into it, I was surprised. But the deeper I dug, the more frustrated and frankly angry I became. So in this video, I want to show you what I found, and more importantly, how you can protect yourself from getting scammed if you use supplements. So let's start with something that I see far too often. A patient takes a supplement, but it doesn't seem to have any effect. For example, if they take like melatonin, right, to help them sleep at night, but it doesn't help them sleep at all. Now, maybe in their case, melatonin wasn't the right intervention, right? It's often a band-aid for a bigger issue. Or maybe, and this is the scary part, the melatonin that they took didn't actually contain melatonin. Another common example that I see is I'll test someone's vitamin D in their blood and it comes back low and they start taking vitamin D, sometimes high doses. And then months later, we check their vitamin D again on their blood and it hasn't changed. It's easy to assume that maybe their body just isn't responding, but a lot of the time it's not the person, it's the product. Poor quality, wrong dose, contamination, or the supplement flat out doesn't contain what the label says. And that's not a conspiracy theory. It's been proven in published research. A study published in 2022 in the Journal of the American Medical Association tested 30 top-selling immune support supplements sold on Amazon. Only 13 of the 30 had labels that accurately matched what was inside. Some were missing ingredients listed on the bottle. Others had undisclosed substances. Not a single one had third-party certification. And just in 2023, another study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, they looked at melatonin gummies and they found that 88% were inaccurately labeled. And only 3 of the 25 products actually contained melatonin dose within 10% of what the label claimed. So yes, your supplement may say vitamin D or melatonin or whatever, but that doesn't mean that that product is effective or even real. So there's really 2 major problems that are mostly apparent when it comes to supplements. Number 1 is the brand name, and number 2 is where you buy them from. And we're going to explain number 1 first, the brand, but stick around because the second one is unbelievable. So stick around for that. But number 1, the brand. Even before you talk about the seller, not all supplement brands are created equal. Some products are just low quality. They're not third-party tested. They aren't produced in certified facilities. You want to look for supplements manufactured in a GMP certified facility. That stands for Good Manufacturing Practices. It's a set of quality control standards that help ensure what's on the label is actually what's in the bottle. Another important label to look for is NSF, which stands for National Sanitation Foundation. Now, NSF is an independent organization that inspects and certifies manufacturing facilities based on GMP standards. And this is exactly why I only recommend and work with companies that go through rigorous testing and tightly control their distribution. I work with brands like Apex Energetics and Pure Encapsulations and Nordic Naturals and a few others. But these aren't just good companies. They have high standards and they back their products with real testing. So for example, Apex Energetics only sells to licensed healthcare providers. Number 2, they're manufactured in California. So they're subject to some of the strictest labeling and safety laws in the US. They're produced in a GMP compliant facility with internal batch testing. Another example is Pure Encapsulations. They're NSF and GMP certified. They're an allergen-free facility, no gluten, no dairy, no unnecessary fillers. Every product is tested for potency and contaminants, and they offer a downloadable certificate of analysis. Nordic Naturals is IFOS certified. It's 5-star certification for purity and freshness. They're third-party tested for heavy metals and oxidation, which is important because a lot of people get fish oils from Nordic Naturals and they're concerned about mercury and things like that. They're non-GMO, friend of the sea certified, and sustainably sourced. All right, so let's get problem number 2 out of the way here. Where you buy it. This blows my mind. Here's the catch. Even if you get high quality products, they can be compromised if you buy them from the wrong place. So let me show you what I mean. So here we are on Amazon, and like I said, I like to work with Nordic Naturals. Oh, you can go to Amazon and get it for a really cheap price. This is way cheaper than what they sell on their website. You can visit the Nordic Naturals store. But this isn't being sold by Nordic Naturals because Amazon isn't always being sold by the manufacturer. This is a third-party seller. So who is this? Well, if we look over here to the right, you can see it's Bingo Grabe. Well, who's Bingo Grabe? I'm sure they're a nice person. Not sure I want to buy my supplements from them. Let's find out who they are. So now we can look down here at the reviews. Oh, beware, this is not a real product. Don't buy. Buy directly from the company. This is fake and terrible. The product received seems to be a counterfeit product. It has no taste. Don't buy. Counterfeit products here. So who is Bingo Grabe? So let's scroll down and see their business address. Oh, it's 2501 Chatham Road in Springfield, Illinois. So let's plug that into a Google search engine and see what it comes up with. Oh, it's a registered office. It's not a supplement company. It's not a clinic. It's not even a warehouse. It's just an Illinois registered office, which is a virtual mailbox used to file corporate paperwork. Now that doesn't mean anyone's actually running a business there. These types of addresses are often used by shell companies, by anonymous sellers trying to look legit while hiding who they really are. Where are they? Are they in China? Are they in India? Are they in America? We don't know. But more importantly, where did the fish oil come from? Was it kept cold, as Nordic Natural requires? Was it oxidized? Was it rancid? Was it tampered with? We have no way of knowing. It has Nordic Natural branding. It says Pro Omega 2000, but the company selling it has nothing to do with Nordic Naturals. So where did Bingo Grabe get it from? And I don't know, and that's the problem. So let's take a look at another source. As I said, I like to work with Apex Energetics. Okay, here's another one on Amazon. Apex Energetics, brand Apex Energetics. And you would think, oh, that's Apex Energetics, but that isn't what it means. If you click on that, it's just everybody online who's selling Apex Energetics, which if you remember before, I said you have to be a healthcare provider to sell for Apex Energetics. So how are these people selling it on Amazon? And who is this? Well, in this case, it's Red Rosa. Who is Red Rosa? Well, if we go down here, we can see it's Chi Fang Fang, which I'm sure is a wonderful person again. Let's see where Chi Fang Fang is selling this from, and we'll see. This is the address. I don't know if that's a supplement warehouse. I don't think so. And I'm not sure I really want to buy supplements from Chi Fang Fang selling it out of their house. So it's not Apex. Apex never directly sells on Amazon. So if it's not coming from Apex, where did it come from? Right? There's no company background. There's no clinical credentials. There's no explanation of how they got the product or how it's stored. And so you're left wondering, was it stored properly? Did it sit in a 100-degree warehouse? Was it expired? Was it close to expiration? Was it even the real product? Or is it a counterfeit or a cheap filler? And so this is what I mean by like the supplement shell game. You think you're buying some high quality product, but you're buying it from the wrong place. And that completely undermines the product. And that's why I always tell people not to buy supplements from random sellers on Amazon or from shady websites. Stick with companies that protect their brand integrity and buy directly from the source. If you want the same products that I recommend to my patients, get them from the manufacturer or get them through me. I've vetted these brands. I know how they're made. I know how they're stored and shipped. I know what's in them and what's not. Supplements can make a huge difference in how you feel, how you heal, and how you perform, but only if they're the real deal, and only if you get them from a trustworthy source. So if you want quality supplements that are tested and verified and safe, skip third-party sellers on Amazon, skip shady companies that don't have third-party certifications or they're not GMP or NSF certified, and don't let a fake label trick you into thinking that you're getting the same thing, because it's not the same thing.